everyone in the North Rupununi is being connected. This is possible due to the free Wi-Fi service being established in the district by the Ministry of Public Telecommunications. Welcome to InfoHub Extended. The Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Catherine Hughes, and the team recently visited several villages in the North Rupununi and heard from residents who are happy to receive this service.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Remote villages as far as Apoteri and Rewa and those closer to the Lethem access road such as Rupert II and Bina Hill are connected. Residents say that this is a massive development being brought to the hinterland. It makes the way of life for some easier while making the impossible possible for others.
I was studying how to get to Georgetown. One is cost, bus, the transportation, because we don't have NBS bank here. We only have GBTI. So as soon as the internet came, I type in to see if I can get that, and all those information, contact and email and so. So I immediately made my contact. At the very next day, I would say, it was installed today and today I got it done. So I then had to go to Georgetown to get that info.
Andres is the Tushao for Rupert, one of the communities that make up Central Anai. He spoke of how this free internet service will help him as he executes his duties as a village leader.
With regards to records, sometimes the Ministry of Health or somebody from the social protection would call, how many this you have, how many single parents, how many this, and sometimes they need that information right away, and I am not wrong. If we're able to create a web page, even if they can't get to me, they can easily get that information, the profile of the community. And even with our project reports, we have had incidents where we send project reports with a minibus and it never reached to the Ministry of Indigenous People Affairs. When we thought it already submit, they have to call us to say, you never submit him. We have to dig back again and go through.
An older resident of the Rupert village recalled helping children with information pertaining to schoolwork, but with the coming of the internet, this may no longer be so, and he is pleased at that fact.
I have actually wondered how some of the kids make out, because some of them didn't have access to this before. Now I could see it would make a big difference for everybody, even the parents. I could easily come here and do my research, or I could show my kid how to do that, right? And they would, have the benefit of it.
Over in Fairview, the Wi-Fi is located at the health center. Since the internet has been placed there, more and more persons are eager to get connected to the internet for many reasons, whether it be to make a quick WhatsApp phone call or to Google much needed information for studies. With half of this village population being under the age of 15, headmaster of the Kurupakari Primary School said that this is one way in which the youth population can be harnessed.
So what you find is that in the afternoons, it's a good sight to see young people coming out, older people coming out to do their little checks. They don't have to ask for information anymore. They're doing their own checks now. It has brought the village kind of together in that persons know how they can access information.
Rupununi residents were in celebratory mode when the Public Telecommunications Minister and her team stopped by to inspect the internet service delivery. Some noted this to be a long-awaited intervention. Residents also collectively stated that all persons young and old will surely benefit.
We are now about 3 weeks old having the internet service, and I can tell you that it is a boost to our community. My wife is the chairperson and runner of the Arnaputa peanut butter factory process. And just 2 mornings ago, I heard her speaking that she had an important executive communication to do with Georgetown at ICA. And she came out very early that morning, about 06 hours, and about 6:15, she came back home to say, well, it's all done. Thanks for the internet.
Long awaited, has now become a reality. So what I mean by that, we have been waiting for so much long. It has been in the pipeline, and now it has become a reality. So what I want to say now, I want to thank the present government for having us in that plan and making it a reality for us. And more so, the very little ones that are sitting there who will get full benefit from this program.
Speaking specifically to how the children in the North Rupununi will benefit from free government Wi-Fi, here is what some other residents had to say.
For me, it would benefit mostly the children who are going to school who can use it for doing their SBAs and projects that they would have to do at the secondary level. For teachers, I think it will help them to develop learning aids and have classes in the school more using more manipulatives where the children can learn more than just using the chalk and talk method.
I hope that the people from the village would benefit, the school children, the elder people, because the internet is there. The school children can do their research whenever they have homework and stuff like that now, and it makes it easier for them, and even the big people, because a lot of people here, it's something new to them also, and I hope that they would use that opportunity to help their children also in terms of research.
And all the way in Apoteri Village, retired microscopist Zachary Javert proudly declared that he is now seeing where the taxpayers' dollars are going and will no longer believe the lies peddled by naysayers who once said the government is squandering funds.
The opposition was saying that our current government is stealing the money. They were keeping the money. So I got to say this, but I am not with anybody. Now I can see everybody must feel proud of what is happening. Now I see something. You're not just talking. You are not talking. You mean what you say, and you have done what you say. So this is all on behalf of Apoteri. Daddy.
The internet provision was just one of the Ministry of Public Telecommunications visions for connecting the hinterland to the coast. From September 25 to 27, Minister Catherine Hughes, accompanied by Minister within the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, the Honorable Garida Lowe, and representatives from the National Data Management Authority, handed out electronic tablets in all of the North Rupununi communities they visited and informed residents on how they can use these devices to add significantly to their villages' overall development.
Electronic tablets were presented to several core groups in Fairview, Sarama, Apoteri, Rewa, Rupert II, among other North Rupununi villages. This move allows residents to make use of the free government Wi-Fi established in these areas. Prior to this, some residents in these communities were engaged in a one-week training exercise. They were taught how to operate the tablets as well as computers, how to create web pages, and to utilize software for businesses and other purposes.
From the time I left here, I had no idea of what a computer or what it was really about. And when I was there, I learned a lot. They taught me about how to do web pages. What they actually taught us is that we need to come back and teach here. And when we do come back here, we will be helping our villagers to learn the same thing that we did there, so that even persons like individuals that try to open business, they can be able to do web pages, they can be able to go onto a computer and do their business calculation.
Since our village is within Iokramo, we said that it's good that if we could create our one village page in terms of tourism, and so that people can get to know Fairview, and we are trying to see that Iokramo can help us to interlink that page within their tourism page, so that we can get something going on together, working together.
The devices were presented to women's, youth, sport, wildlife, and culture groups. The nursery and primary school in each of these villages also received tablets, while each village leader also received a device. Residents reacted to being in receipt of these electronic tablets.
As we have tablets now, the groups that receive them, I think that's the group we'll be starting with. And some of the groups are doing some work that can be showcased through the web pages we can develop. Like for example, the women group, they do crafts with local forests. They do knitting, sewing, so these things can be displayed on the web pages.
The tablet that we got from Minister Kati, that would also help the Wildlife Club, because we work very close with the Iokramo, the rangers, and they would normally help with the bird, teaching them the name of birds and stuff like that. And we have an ODK form, we call it, where we can put that in the tablet, and they can make a checklist of the birds that they have within the community here.
The telecommunications minister noted that this is just the beginning, as there are many plans in store for ICT in the hinterland that will positively impact major sectors such as health, education, tourism, and business in these communities.
Now, as we hear from the policymakers themselves, you will get a clearer understanding as to why such a robust initiative has been undertaken to ensure that all hinterland residents, regardless of their location.
I know, and you know, in some places you might be able to use your Digicel, you might be able to use your GT&T, but in so many places you can't use anything. And we actually spoke to the telephone companies. We said, man, we want you to be able to provide phone service to more of these communities. But of course, what they would tell us is that, look, if we only got 400 or 500 people in a community, we can't afford to set up a tower. But this is where the government, the APNU AFC government, felt that no, we have a responsibility. If the phone company is not going to do it, we're going to bring internet.
That was Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Catherine Hughes, who eagerly spoke of how proud she was to be able to execute the government's mandate. Specifically for Region 9, Minister Hughes said 60 satellite dishes have been purchased and will be set up. The communities near Lethem, such as Kumu, are those that will get their internet access from service provided by a LTE tower.
How does this internet work? A couple of months ago, many of you will know that there's a huge tower in Lethem that we were able to put into operation. We had to get some new batteries. We had to set it up. And because you're pretty close to Lethem, you're going to be able to get internet from that tower. In the other areas I mentioned, what we had to do was buy a little satellite dish. And in each of those communities, we put up a satellite dish. The satellite dish and the whole cost of setting it up in each community is close to 5 million Guyana dollars. And so I mention this to you so that you get a sense. We've actually bought 60 of those satellite dishes.
According to the minister, this is evidence of how the taxpayers' dollars are being expended to ensure that those in the hinterland will be on par with development with the entire country.
The government is making sure that you're saving money. In many of the communities that we went to, I know that they have tried with internet, but usually they would have to make an arrangement with some private internet provider. And we got a lot of complaints about it costing the villagers anywhere from 50,000 to 100,000 a month just to be able to pay for the internet.
The Junior Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs noted her satisfaction with such interventions and said she knows the women and children of the hinterland will take advantage of the opportunities that comes with it.
This internet here is very, very important. Very important for business, very important for, as a person, we're talking about education. Now, who wants to make a wedding dress and a fancy wedding dress? Maybe you have an idea of how to cut and so on. But to make a fancy wedding dress, you go on the internet. And YouTube, they will show you everything.
The minister encouraged the villagers to use the internet for the marketing of local products and promoting their village as a tourism destination, among other things. She referred to the lapidary established in Monkey Mountains, which is expected to be fully operational soon and have a heavy online presence, giving persons from all across Guyana and outside of the country the opportunity to see what is available and purchase online.
Next month they're going to be launching. How are they going to market? With the same internet. They're going to build their web page, and you can sit in Sarama here, go on the Monkey Mountain page and say, oh, I want that pendant for me.
As the Public Telecommunications Ministry pushes ahead to ensure communities in the hinterland have access to free Wi-Fi service and the necessary tools to maximize this free internet, a major promise is being delivered, demonstrating the coalition government's commitment to bridging the divide between the hinterland and the coast. This brings us to the end of another InfoHub Extended. Thanks for watching. Do join us again. Goodbye.